You are welcome back to the second class of this free JavaScript class. I want to talk about data types, variables, statements, and functions. In the previous class, I was trying to show you how JavaScript can be embedded in a web page. And there are some things which I know you might not understand much, but I will elaborate on them now. These four concepts are very important: data types, variables, statements, and functions. If you remember, I said in every programming language, including JavaScript, we manipulate data, and there are different types of data. Like I said, let me use my notepad to quickly remind you what we said about different types of data. If you remember the last class, I said we have numbers. That is number one. Number data type. That could be whole number or decimal number. Then we have string. String is another data type. That's a combination of character in quotes, e.g. if I say I am good, that is a string. But in case of number, if I say 3 or 4.56 or just minus 9, those are number data type. Then we have a Boolean. Boolean is either true or false. It takes two types of data, either true or false. That name comes from the Boolean algebra. So then we have object data type. We'll talk about that later. It's a complex data type. So we have number string. We have a Boolean, then we have a null data type. If you say null, it means nothing. Then we have a undefined. We have undefined data type. So these are the most common types of data that we manipulate in JavaScript. Then let's talk about variable. Variables. Variable, we use variable to hold data. E.g., if I say my address, like I said yesterday, equals to number 6, Kings Road, Lagos. Okay, maybe that's an address. Now, what I have here, this my address, is the variable. Then what is here is the value. You can guess what kind of value is this. This is a string. At the same time, if I say A equals to 4, B equals to 6, C equals to A plus B. Now, in this case, A is a variable, B is a variable, C is a variable that combines A and B by addition. So we use variable to store data. A is holding 4, B is holding 6, and I'm using C to hold addition of A and B. So that is what we mean by variable and data type. Now, what about statements? When we talk about statement, each of this is a statement. This is a statement. So this is assignment statement. You know, when we talk about statements, we have one assignment statement, we have logical statement, then we have conditional, number 3, we have conditional statement. All right. Now, which one is the assignment statement here? Like A equals to, if I'm assigning a value of 4 to variable A. So that is what I mean by assigning. We assign 4 to A. Here I'm assigning addition of A and B to C. Then what of logical statement? anytime you are doing C is greater than A, now this kind of statement is logical because I'm comparing. So logical statement has to do with comparison. Then if I say C equals A, now you may be wondering what is equals. That is, I want to check that is C exactly the same thing as A. This is not assignment. If it is assignment, it will be single equals to. But when I have double equals to or triple equals to, either double or triple, that is comparison. So this kind of statement, we call it logical statement. Then in JavaScript, we also have what we refer to as conditional statement. I say if A equals B, then I open a curly brace. Now look at this format. It's very important you understand this. Logical statement has to do with if. So what this means is that if the condition you are testing must be in bracket. If A equals B, then what should happen? I can say alert. That's good. Maybe that is what I want to bring out. You know, we use alert function to show an output, to show something on the screen. I did that yesterday. We are still going to do it practically. So that is a conditional statement. What I have here is a conditional statement. If A equals B, then I alert this. So practically speaking, we are going to do a lot of this, but I just want to quickly show you the data type, variable, statement, and function. Now you might be wondering that is that all about data type, that okay, I've removed that is in number, string, boolean that we have. Yeah, you might be wondering that is this all about variable? Yes, but if there are complexity or complex part, we'll be getting that as we continue. I don't want to get too much complex as we are learning this thing, and I believe that as time goes on, you'll be learning more. Now, but I want you to understand this, that we have statements, assignment statement, logical statement, conditional statement. So I will practically show you how that is by using some code. But before that, let's look at function. Let's look at function. What is a function? Now, we use function in JavaScript to execute group of statements to carry out a kind of task. For example, I can create a function and say calculate, or let's say a function find addition. So that is the name of the function. Now, you'll be wondering that look at the way I type the name of the function, but before that, immediately after the name, you put parentheses, then you start curly brace. So that is how we create a function. Okay, but let me quickly explain something. Let me go back to variable. Look at the way I type my variable. Why didn't I say my address or my address? Now, there is one thing about variable name. I use what we call camel casing. Camel casing means the first word. There are two words in my address, my and address. The first word will be in small letter, then the second word will begin with capital, and the remaining part of the word will be in small letter. We call it camel casing. Camel casing. The second one is Pascal casing. Pascal casing, and that is why every word begins with a capital letter. But I think camel casing is more preferable, and I would like us to stick to that. So when you are creating your function, I use the same principle. Like I create a function called find addition. And in that function, what do I want to happen? I want to create addition. I will say let. Now look at the word let. Variable, you start a variable with let. Let first number be equals to 2. Then I say let second number be equals to 4. Then I will say alert first number plus second number. Now, you see what happened here? The function I'm creating is this. We create a function by typing the name of the function, followed by parentheses, followed by curly brace. Then you have a closing curly brace. Whatever you want to happen in the function, then you put it in between the open curly brace and the closing curly brace. Then at the end of the day, anytime you want to use the function, you simply call it. You just say find addition. Then the function will be called. By the time JavaScript runs this, it's going to give you the result. Definitely the answer will be 3 plus 4, which is 7. Now, you may be wondering, look at this. I have alert, that is good, and I put it in quotation because I want to output a string. But in this case, I'm outputting a value, number. This is not string. You see, a variable first number holds 3, second number holds 4. So I won't put them in quotation. I won't say this. I'm not going to say first number and second number like this. If I do that, then JavaScript will just give me first number plus second number the way it is. But if I remove quotation, I'm simply telling JavaScript that I want the addition of these two numbers. So the result will be a number, which is 7. So this is how we create a function in JavaScript. I'm going to give a lot of exercises for you to practice this. But meanwhile, after creating a function, it doesn't mean the function will run. If you don't call it, you have to call it like this. Just type the name of the function, put open and close bracket, then the function will be called.